Determination has been one of the biggest aspects of my life. It drives me to do anything and everything I can, and I have it because of a quote that I read a long time ago that said, "Limits only exist in your mind." So a lot of people used to call me stubborn because I wouldn't let them help me, or I wouldn't let other people tell me how to do things. I consider myself determined. I am determined to achieve everything that I put myself into.
Lay on.
Climbing.
Climb on.
So when I was 13 years old, I went to the Bahamas with my family. We were just out swimming. I was looking at a starfish. I blacked out, and what happened was there was a boat driver that just wasn't watching where he was going, and he ran over me and the propeller cut my arm off. So I was inspired by a few people right after my accident, especially in the hospital, with the surgeon and a few of the nurses who came in about 2 weeks after my accident and had asked me to write on a piece of paper, what I wanted to eat. And I was right-handed. I did everything right-handed except for when I played baseball. I batted left-handed. I was weird like that. I couldn't really write clearly what I wanted to eat, and he was like, well, here's the stuff you need because you're in a hospital, and he would give me like the Jello and all the stuff that you're supposed to have to recover. And then it inspired me to practice writing with my left hand. So for 3 days I was like trying really hard, and then I got just as good with my left hand as my right hand. So he came in 3 days later. He was like, "You gonna try this again?" I was like, "Yeah." So I wrote like steak, and I wrote eggs, and I wrote mashed potatoes. And he went to one of the nicest restaurants in Miami and bought a meal for me. And that was one way that he was able to get me to overcome my first obstacle after my accident.
There you are, man.
Woo!
Good job.
Thank you. Nice job.
That was killer.
The first thing I did to get into climbing, I walked into a fitness center that had a rock climbing wall and look at other people that were climbing, and then somebody told me that I should just try it, and they asked me if I could do it, and I was like, well, I never attempted it, let's do it. And then it just became a challenge, and I went with it. So when I got more into the technical climbing and learning about belaying and hearing people in the gym say pull, brake, underslide, I was like, okay, what does this mean, and how am I gonna be able to do this with one hand? And I had people there that were like, let's do this, let's figure out a way for you to belay with one hand. And we went through the process of tying the knots, hooking up the harness, getting people ready to climb, and going through that technical process of making sure that the climber is gonna be safe and have trust in the belayer. One of the biggest challenges was trying to find a piece of equipment that was going to allow me to belay a climber safely and smoothly. So we tried a lot of different devices and found out that the ATC Pilot was the most efficient for what I was trying to do. So this is the method that we came up with to belay with one hand. This is the ATC Black Diamond Pilot, and typically you want to pull, brake, underslide, but because I have one hand, I can't do an underslide, so I'm going to do a pull, brake, step slide. Now, you're not supposed to step on the rope, however, I wouldn't be able to do it safely unless I did. So I'm going to demonstrate the pull, brake, step, and slide. That way I maintain constant contact with the rope. Pull, brake, step, slide. Pull, brake, step, slide. Pull, brake.
On belay?
Belay on.
Climbing.
Climb on.
So here, we got to find our good way up.
There you go.
Do an undercling right here. Keep your foot wide. There's a nice.
So I love to inspire people. It goes along with my determined personality. A long time ago, I was eating Chinese food with some of my buddies at one of those podunk Chinese buffet restaurants. At the end, they give you those fortune cookies, and I opened it up and it said, "You will inspire the hearts of many." And I was like, okay, whatever, it's like fortune cookie, cool, whatever. And over the course of the next 5-6 years, I got that same exact fortune 4 different times after that. After getting that many times, I took it more of as a sign to pursue that and adapt that to my own personality.